Hey everybody! What's happening? Andy Irvine coming to you from my crib here in Colorado one more time, and it's time for lesson number 6 in my series of bass lick lesson videos. Just giving you one lick or one concept of a lick that's very useful, and you know, some of the kind of standard licks have been used in bass guitar forever. I didn't invent all these licks. They are what they are. The one we're going to do today is a great one. One of the greatest of all bass licks, I think. It's called the soul roll. The soul roll! And it is so cool and so fun to play. It instantly takes your playing your bass line to this really cool movement. This really cool moving, melodic, a bubbly kind of bouncy place. Okay, it goes like this. Now, what it is to define it, is it's just using the first note of the scale, the fifth note of the scale, and the octave, the 1, 5, and the 8. And you're just rolling back and forth between 1, 5, 8, 8, 5, 1, 1, 5, 8, 8, 5, 1. And you can change directions with it. You can start on the 1 to the 8 on the new chord. Back up. See what I'm saying? Changing directions. So if you're looking at this on the musical staff, it looks really cool. It's changing all kind of directions all over the place. Now, the bass player that's the most famous, I think, for doing this style, or certainly used it a whole lot with great success, is the great James Jamerson. Now, if you don't know who James Jamerson is, you need to know. Definitely, he's one of the most prolific bass guitar players of all time. He played, pretty much defined the role of bass guitar in popular music throughout the 60s and 70s. That's safe to say that. He played on approximately 80% of the Motown recordings, okay? So anything that you heard coming out of the Motown Detroit scene, all of those chick singer groups and Marvin Gaye and the Jackson 5, and just all that stuff is likely James Jamerson. And if it's not him, it's another cat, another great bass player, to a much lesser degree of recordings, Bob Babbitt, but nonetheless also a wonderful bass player. And they both did this style. As a matter of fact, Bob Babbitt's bass line on Midnight Train to Georgia, oh my God, it is absolutely one of the most perfect bass lines of all time. Okay, Midnight Train to Georgia, Gladys Knight, Bob Babbitt. Anyways, going back to the soul roll, James Jamerson. Now, I do it like this. You see, I'm using 2 fingers. So I'm using 2 fingers and alternating them. Now, all of you James Jamerson experts, I know the first thing you're going to do is chime in and comment and say, he would have done it with 1 finger. Yes, I know that. He played with the 1 finger and called it the claw. I believe that's what he called it. That's how he played. I don't play like that. I use 2 fingers. I can get it. It don't matter. Here's the deal. It don't matter how one cat plays one thing. and how another cat plays another thing. The bottom line is, does it groove? How can you, me, whoever, make it groove? Whatever technique you're going to use the one that's going to make it groove the hardest. For me, it's using 2 fingers, and even sometimes 3. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about the soul roll is that the beauty of it is that it works over any kind of a chord. Pretty much popular music uses either major chord forms or minor chord forms. And the soul roll, because it's only using the 1 and the 5 and the 8 of the scale degrees, it enables you to play over major and minor chords using the same lick form. So say we got the 1 chord. 2 is minor. So the piano or the guitar is playing that, right? 1 is major, minor, 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 major. The bass player can be doing the soul roll through all of it on the 1, 5, and the 8. So there you have it, the soul roll. Have some fun with that. Dig into some James Jamerson, some Bob Babbitt. You'll instantly know what I'm talking about. It's the lick that defined the 60s and 70s. Peace.